All right, let's rock and roll. That's a little song that Darren has been working on over there. Uh, Hello, welcome to, is this the fourth installment or the
The
fifth?
fifth.
Oh, wow.
It's a real thing now.
Time flies, man.
Yeah.
The fifth installment of the Bundy breakdown, the Bundy watch party, the Zoom party, whatever you want to call it. I know we got some excited fans tonight. I'm excited, quite honestly. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Because Ed doesn't, do too many things like this. So it's kind of cool that we got him. I know Ed Bell is here. I'm sure Richard is either here or will be here. I see my man Casey. I know there's a bunch of people I can't see. So hello everybody. Welcome. This is my co-host Darren, co-creator, co-host of
What's
the
up,
Bundy.
everybody? Welcome
We
back.
got we got Brian, the genius lurker back there. Just
Up,
always,
everybody?
always, always just weird back there. Always
Ah,
scary.
always lurking through the window.
Always lurking. Always,
Guys
always
doing?
threatening us. Um, so yeah, so we're here. Welcome all. This is the moment I kind of been waiting for. I wanted to get Ed here. I'm hoping he'll come back again, but we got him tonight. It's funny. I was going to tell a little story, so I've been making sure that that he was clear with the technology and he knew how to get in, and then and I we reached out. We talked. We've been talking a lot over the last week about a bunch of stuff. But so I called him today. We talked this morning, and I said, "Oh, I'll call you, a little later before the show." And then so I called him. He goes, "What's up, man?" I could hear water running in the background. I said, "Oh, just checking in." He goes, "I'm fine." Okay. I said, "You ready?" Up, I got this. I'll see you in a little bit. I said, "Well, if you have any issues," he goes, "The only issue," he cut me off. He said, I said, "If you have any issues, just the only issue I'm having right now is I'm trying to finish washing the fucking dishes." Just classic, man. Goodbye. And he hangs up. Um, so we should have some funny stuff in store. I hope you guys got to watch the episode, the Godfather episode, season
By
five.
the way, bravo. I mean, Bud Bundy taking all the money at the end, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But
I mean, he had to redeem himself a little bit, right? I mean, fuck, they bashed him the whole show.
they
I mean,
did.
they just bashed him, right?
I got a question for you. I mean, like
Yeah,
when I was watching it, I was thinking, you were a really great actor. You were a kid actor. You were only like 12 when you got the role, but
yeah.
like to play that sad and to stay in character in front of a live audience and to be, how did you? I mean, I could never do that.
I actually thought that was not one of my best episodes. It was fun. As you get older, you hopefully become a more refined or in tune actor and know better choices. Like you said, I was young and but like I saw some things, I was like, oh shit, I wish I had done that or made that bigger or gone, but it was fine, and I enjoyed watching it. I got a good laugh, several laughs. Um and I'm glad that Bud redeemed himself at the end because yeah, it was pretty brutal.
And you took a beating at the beginning. I was like, oh, so
I know.
sad, like a
I
real
know.
sad moment.
When
But
did you rewatch it?
I watched it twice. I
Did you?
watched it a week ago because I was just so excited. I'm like, I gotta see what we're getting into, and why
Yeah,
did
yeah,
why
yeah,
did Ed pick this episode, right?
yeah,
And then I was
yeah.
thinking at first, I'm like, did he pick it because it dogged you out the whole time? Was this like a little dig on you? But then I saw the genius behind the whole thing, and he got to play like the Marlon role, and I thought
Yeah,
that was great. But I watched it twice. I watched it again last night before bed, so that
yeah,
it would be fresh in my head for today. And I mean, what a great episode. That was one of my favorite ones so far.
yeah. It was good, man. And I watched it last night. I had the family left to go do things. I was like, silence. And so I put it on, and I had forgotten really about a lot of it. And the setup of it, of they really set it up well that Al can't get ahead. He can't get anything done. He's just the biggest schmo. I mean, can't get anybody to come to his rescue. No respect, right? And then the turn was great.
Yeah, I love that. It's a 41-year-old guy running for what, mayor. And,
Yeah.
and then you got your mom saying, wait, wait, honey, and just gets the scissors and keeps making it more skimpy, the
Oh
outfit.
yeah, that was hilarious.
Hilarious. What great writing, what great acting. I thought it was amazing. So it's going to be fun to talk to Ed and
Yeah.
see what it was like from his perspective. I like the slick back hair. He
Mhm.
really, he really nailed it, I think.
What did
By
Peg
the
say?
way, Ed, huh?
What did Peg say to you? She said that she has two kids, but Kelly's their favorite.
Something like that. I mean, you know, when they said there was a line where it says something like, I think I have it here. She says, you know, Bud, keep getting those good grades. It'll really pay off in the real world. And then his own mom laughs at him. Fucking horrific.
Horrible, man. He took a beating.
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
that's why he
There's
picked it. I thought it was like him, like like let's embarrass David on the
no,
episode.
I don't think so. I don't think
But
so.
no,
I think
it wasn't because I saw how
yeah,
great it. It was
yeah.
a perfect setup. It was great.
Ed's a big, you know, he's a fan of you know, gangster flicks, as am I. So I think it was kind of a cool. And I think we talked that the Godfather 3 was just released, I think, before that. So it was in the consciousness, you know, people were up on, oh shit, and they probably a lot of people went back and watched the old Godfather movies to catch up for the third one, which people there, you know, a lot of people, there's a lot of different camps, right? People who really hated it.
Mhm.
And there was people who thought it was okay. I thought it was, you know, it wasn't The Godfather to me. You know, it was just, I'm not trashing it. I don't know. I love Andy Garcia, but I thought they should have cast somebody else in that role. Please don't kill me for saying that. I think he's a great actor. I don't know. It didn't work for me. I thought they could have gone in a different direction with that.
Yeah, the whole thing was just wonderful. So, we're going to have Ed here probably in about 7 or 8 minutes right now.
Yeah.
And, I'm thinking, why don't we take a caller really quick before Ed to hear
Yeah.
what you're most excited about?
Yeah,
And
let's just pick somebody random, right?
what would you want to ask if we do call you? And if we don't call you, we'll keep it up
Yeah.
here. So
We'll
raise
see
your
how it
hand.
goes tonight. We'll see how many people we get in the room. I mean, we may chop it up. It may be hard to get some questions in. We definitely will get a few. We'll see how it goes. We're going to play it by ear.
Yeah.
Usually we run this show, we usually go about 2 hours, right? Six
It
to eight.
seems to be like I thought we were going to start off doing an hour every show, but it turned into a minimum like hour 40, 2 hours, which is great. If this thing is that great, who am I
Uh-huh.
to stop it, right?
Mhm.
So let's have fun
I
tonight. If
think the
you,
diehards stay late. You know, we just kind of have fun with it. I love staying late and talking like it's almost like post show. But I
yeah,
think, you know, we'll see how long Ed stays. He may just stay an hour, you know.
yeah. So
We'll see.
if anybody wants to ask us or a question really quick, now if Ed comes on, we're booting you off that couch real quick. But here we go. We got Adam. Have a seat. Good to see you again. You look well fed.
There he is.
Look healthy. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Hope you guys are good. This should be fun.
I like Adam's questions. I think we should bring him in if we can. I
Thank
like
you.
Adam better than anybody else on this fucking panel.
Wow. What a compliment. I hope that makes that on the next viral video you send
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You never know, man. What's going on, Adam?
So I'm thinking for questions for him. Could be interesting. So Ed appeared on a lot of like other shows when like cast members, were starring on it. And I always thought it was interesting. And maybe this is more even when Katie, if she ever comes on, but I thought it was ironic. She ended up playing Dan Connor's wife. If you guys remember, like on the Roseanne reboot, and which was always like
Oh, really? I never
yeah,
saw it. I didn't know that.
she was on it for 5 years as his wife, and I always wondered if like Ed was like ever asked to be a guest on there because can you just imagine the surrealness of both of them acting in the living room of Roseanne? Because obviously, Dave, like you guys always probably had the comparisons between the two shows, even though you guys were first,
Yeah,
and I've always wondered that about him, and then
that's a great idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'd
I
love to
think
get
John Goodman, I'm not positive about this. I think he may have been considered for Al, but don't quote me on that.
I think Roseanne was actually considered for
Yes, she
Peg,
was. She was considered for Peg.
which which makes it even like more ironic that they had that. So I always wondered, if because he surprised Christina on her. There's like this like outtake when he like walks on her set of her show, and it's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
fun
yeah, that's
emotional.
right. Jesse.
Yeah,
I think
I've
we
seen.
both did episodes of that.
Yeah, so that's what made me think about that. And then I guess the other thing would be interesting to ask him would be because I thought about this episode how it was one of the few where Alan Peg actually get along because they're scheming together.
Mhm.
So uh, and like those are my favorite episodes when they actually are scheming together because you see, oh, this is why they're together type of
Right.
thing. I wonder how Alan Peg would have what Ed thinks Alan Peg would have done if they had to live with each other during COVID and had to be stuck in the house together.
That's funny.
Yeah, so
We could roll with that, perhaps.
yeah, figure
All right,
that's
well,
a
tell
funny one.
Shoes
Looking
and
forward to
Zoom.
seeing you in a minute. Let's get in
Yeah.
like two more quick thoughts
Yeah.
from people.
Thanks, Adam. Who else we
Yeah,
got?
of course.
Brian? Who's next?
We got let's see. We got here, William Faust, the man.
Great name.
Hello, William. You're so small back there. Where are you? Can you hear us?
Get him a better seat, will
It's
you,
so
Brian?
weird when I talk to Brian back there, I feel like I have to shout because it seems as if he's in another room. He's outside.
He's through the window.
Yeah, he's through the window.
What's going on, William?
Hold on, I'm still
You're
trying
muted.
to.
We got to unmute you. Hold on.
Yeah. There we
Oh,
go.
you're still muted.
Does
Sorry.
he have to, when Ed comes on, does it say like
There you
host wants you to unmute?
Yeah, I'm constantly searching for. Actually, he's on right now, so we're gonna give you the boot, and we're gonna bring.
You
I knew
almost
he'd
made
be
it.
early. He's always early.
I was just
I'll take it.
That was his
Hello?
big moment right there. Sorry,
Can you
William.
hear me?
That's all right.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Come
We
on
can hear
in.
you. We
Alright.
can't see you yet.
You can't?
Not
I
yet. Let's get you a seat on the couch in between us. You remember this couch?
Wait a
We
minute, hang
can-
on.
There he is.
Can you see me?
Where is he? Where
Not
is he?
yet.
I can see you and me.
Really?
Here he is.
There he is up
There
there.
he is.
Oh, there he is. Let's get him in here. Come on.
The
on
only
in.
one who's actually on the Bundy couch. That's okay. What's up, Ed?
Hi, D.
How are you, man?
I just got a call from Martine. He
Uh-huh.
said that she's leaving tomorrow to go to that other place. So
Great.
that's
Great.
good. Yeah.
Ed, great to
Well-
have you. You look like the ghost of Ed right now. I think.
I know. I feel like a ghost. Let me see. All right. So, but I'm okay here, right?
I think it's a little. There you go. Yeah, come on in a little bit. That's great. Why is he not on the Bundy couch with the rest of us? Just because are you using a phone?
No, I got it. I'm on a Mac.
Interesting. We'll have to fire Brian after this immediately.
But I'm
Brian,
not
you're
used to
fired.
using this Mac.
No. Well, that's okay. You're here. That's all that matters. It doesn't
I think
matter.
the
Yeah,
ghost
yeah,
effect
yeah.
is really cool. It's really fun, actually. How's it going, Ed?
Good, good. I've been busy. I've been working this and that
Working.
here and there,
Yeah.
I wonder why I'm sort of like I do look like a ghost. or
Should he
something.
come closer? I think you know what I think it is, quite honestly. I think it's the light. You're backlit. You have to be front lit. Like if you turn it around, yeah, you put if you
Yeah, you're
Hang on.
backlit.
bring the laptop over there. I had this issue our first night, remember?
Oh yeah,
I
he's
look like a
translucent.
ghost. Okay, let's see if this works. We're now in Ed O'Neill's home. I love it.
I love that.
Let's see if this does anything.
This is my little den. Well, that's a little better,
A little
right?
bit better.
Tiny bit,
That's a
tiny
little
bit. I
bit
think the
better.
closer you are to
The
the
closer
camera,
you're in, the better. And I know it feels like your probably face is pushed into the camera, but it looks better that way because we can see you. Hey, Ann, thanks so much for coming on, man. As I told you earlier, it's like it's great that you're here. Are you trying to figure something out over there?
So if I hit video, would that video help this?
No, if he hits video, he'll go
I mean,
back.
shouldn't
off
I be on?
camera. I expected this, so I'm not surprised by it,
we all went through it during the pandemic. We're right back there again. I think he froze for a second.
He
still with us,
frozen?
Ed?
The fuck is happening?
Must be an old Mac.
Can you hear us? Okay, so far so
All
good.
right. Live
We'll let-
entertainment.
We'll let him come back in.
Yeah. We'll bring him back in. That was fun. I mean, the ghost of Ed was there. Oh crap, that was fun.
Oh my god, this is why I
alright.
called him earlier, right?
Yes.
And then he said, "I'm doing the fucking dishes," and hung up on me. So let's see.
I thought he was in his boxers at first when he walked away. I'm like, I hope we didn't like catch him at a bad time, but it looked like shorts. I'm pretty sure.
Let me see if he's texting me.
It's funny.
Let me see.
Just when William was about to
Go
get off,
on.
his
It's
question.
just he's muted. I asked him to.
Richard Gurman can't seem to get in. I think it's maybe the age and technology combination thing tonight. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Hang on.
Who's
You hear
that?
me?
There he
There
is.
he is.
This is much better.
Apology. Don't answer that. It's me.
Why are you calling me? I'm trying to do something.
Here we go. This is much better, Ed.
There, that's
Much
better,
better.
right?
There we go. There's Ed. You look.
So,
you
but
look
I'm
much
on
better
both
in
of them
this
now, though.
Yeah, hang up on the other one. There's an echo.
All right, we don't need this. We can do this, right?
Yeah, get rid of the other one.
Sounds like my reggae dub music.
It's like when somebody calls in the radio station, and to this day, they've been doing it for 50 years. Like, please turn off your radio, right? And you still hear it to this day.
Hey, Ed, you need to come back into the video or
Come back to the other one.
Yeah, he's coming. Don't run him around, man. He's the Godfather.
He is the Godfather.
He is the Godfather. I can't believe we have Ed here. This is amazing. This is so
I know.
great.
Well,
It's only our fifth
he's
episode.
kind of here.
It's kind
I'm
of
not here yet.
I still hear the echo.
very ghost-like.
Did you try to get Richard in the room, Brian? He said,
Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, now we can. Yeah, now
And
that's
now you don't see me, right?
and
Right.
you sound like God.
come back to the camera. The other camera, maybe? I don't know why we're not seeing it. We see your name, but we don't see you.
This is the best build-up ever. I love
This is the best part of the show. I think.
Yeah, because everybody's like gripping their seat, waiting for the big.
Yeah. I think we go back to what we decided before, Darren,
Yeah.
which is just have the guest already in the. I wanted to build it up and have like the 6:15. Here he comes. You know,
You're doing
but
the Jerry Cohen thing.
Yes.
Do the Jerry Cohen thing, right? Let me see. I don't know what's. I don't have too many. Let's see. Maybe participants.
The good news is these fans are gonna wait all night. It doesn't matter. You take your
Oh,
time.
yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it.
They've been waiting for this moment.
He does sound a little like God at this point, right? He says he sounds kind of echoey and like. But do you have two laptops?
Wait.
My friend just texted me. This is the best part!
This is the best part. This is why we watch live. I mean, we could have done a recorded podcast, but
Yeah.
you'd be
Shout
missing
out Dan
out.
Eisenstein, my true brother. Love that guy.
What up,
Thanks
Dan?
for joining, Dan.
Oh, Ed, your video is off now.
Guys, I'm just shooting in the dark.
I think what we do is okay. What about this? Should he just log out, right? Use the computer that worked best the second time
Yeah.
and come back.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Let me see one more time. Now I'm back in up here.
I love the godly
I
effect.
see all you guys and me.
Okay.
Let me
We
see.
only see your name. Why do we only?
I found him. I found him.
Okay.
You got
Two
it.
of them.
Hey.
We got the ghost Ed back.
There he is.
Okay, we'll take the
We
ghost.
got the ghost of Ed back. We'll take the ghost. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now where did I go now? Can you see me now?
Oh,
No, we just see your
Turned off.
name. Hold
Your
on. Now
video
we
turned
see
off.
two Eds. There's
Now
two Ed on his.
one's muted, so that was good. Now it's not muted. This is fun though. It's like a game. It's like whack a mole,
Right.
whack a
Yeah. There he's the ghost. The ghost is back. Can you hear us, Ed?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
You still have two. You must have two laptops open. No.
Well, one says it's muted, and the other one is not.
oh, is it open on your phone maybe too?
So I think you should unmute the one that you were on, and the other one, let's mute that one.
Let me try. Let me try to get you guys back on this. I think this may work better, guys.
That's
Yeah.
the
That's
one.
the best one. That's the one. Now the other one should be muted or kicked off.
Close.
Yeah.
Close it all together.
Yeah.
Close that
All right, now
laptop.
let's see.
All right.
Oh,
Boom.
that works.
We did it.
We did it.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Perfect.
and we can see you.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
You look great.
We did it. Thank you. This is why I called you earlier to make sure everything was okay. He said,
All right, how's the volume?
Perfect.
Perfect.
You got it right. We did
I
it.
said, are you
Well,
having any
this
issues? Huh?
will do, right?
Yeah, I think we're good. What do you guys think? We're good? Panelists all gave a thumbs up. All right,
Yeah.
we're good. So let's get started. Ed, I'm going to brief you a little bit on what we got going on here. You're probably curious. It looks a little different. I mean, familiar, but different. You're back in your living room. We thought it would be appropriate to make you feel at home and our guests. This is a modcast, which means it's a members only podcast. We don't need a lot of people live. We just want it to be like a small studio audience on, Zoom. And then
Yeah.
we rebroadcast it for another small audience of the members only. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ed O'Neill on the show.
Hello, hello, hello.
We made it. Thanks, brother. Thanks for being here, man.
You're
Me
welcome,
too.
Dave. It's
Me
fun.
too.
It's fun.
Go ahead. Do you want to say something, Darren? By the
No,
way, it's my co-host Darren. This is Darren, the co-host, my co-creator
Darren.
co-host.
How you doing?
And the weird guy lurking in the back in the window back there. Wait, where'd he go now?
There
That
he
guy?
is.
There's Casey, Ben, Dominic, and Charlie, right?
Yeah, but we
you
got
see,
this
you
guy
see the
right
guy in the
there.
window back there? He's like lurking in the back.
Yeah,
in the-
yes.
Hey, what's up? I'm Brian.
That's Brian, the genius. He's the tech genius behind all this.
Yeah.
Where were you when I needed you?
I was probably like 10.
Or tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Ed, I did meet you backstage at the reunion show in LA, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing. I gotta say, and you were so wonderful backstage, spending so much time with my brother and I. We're the Ohio boys, and we were talking about Youngstown, and you gave us so much of your time, and it was really great to get to know you a little bit back there. So thanks for that.
Are you from Cleveland?
From Cleveland.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I
He's
love
got
it.
the
I love-
memory of an elephant.
It's
Yeah.
good for some things. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so basically we started, this is only our fifth episode, our fifth show. We've had Richard Gurman, we had the No Ma'am guys, and by the way, we had Amanda Burst for one episode.
Oh, did you? How was she? Good.
She was
Yeah,
amazing.
she was great actually.
Well,
Yeah.
she was great on the show.
And she was great on the show.
She was really good. Yeah.
Came in, and but we wanted to, we were kind of testing the waters, and it went well, and so we wanted you to come in a little later when we were a little more well oiled. And can you see how well oiled we are right now?
Yeah. It looks good.
So I talked to you, and I said to you, I'm gonna do this thing. You said, I'm a little podcasted out, and I get it. But it's a different kind of thing we're doing here. And then I told you it's a watch party, right? So all these guys that are on here, whether you can see them or not, you can't see a lot of the people here.
No, but they watched the show earlier, right? And now we're going to talk about the show.
Yeah,
I watched the show again, so I'm up. I'm up to it. I mean, I really liked it. After I told you the Godfather show, I thought about the Jimmy Swaggart show. Would have been funny too,
Oh yeah, when you were
Yeah.
like the Reverend.
Yeah, Amanda directed that show.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, Ed, I wanted to ask you, of all the shows you could have picked, you picked the Godfather episode. And bravo, by the way. I watched it twice this week. So great. Why did that one resonate so much with you?
I don't know. It was just such a such a stretch for Al to be all of a sudden Don Corleone. Where he had connections and pull, and people were kissing his ring and kissing his ass and everything. So I thought that was funny. I liked some of the lines in it. I liked the writing. It was funny.
That was amazing. Was Richard Gurman the writer on that one, or
Well, we never knew exactly who wrote these. That was written by committee, but mostly I think it was Ron and Michael, because it was only the fifth. It was the fifth season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So the
pretty
fifth season, I think Ron and Michael were still doing the bulk of the writing of breaking the shows and everything.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the episode, the one observation over the years of playing Al Bundy, what I've noticed is you really carried like the heavyweights there, because you had the most lines for the show, and doing it in front of a live audience. How did you do it? I heard like 95% of what you did was scripted. I mean, you must have a crazy memory. Like,
No, it was hard. I mean, it was the first. Dave will tell you, the first couple of years, I was having a nervous breakdown because I was used to doing coming from the theater in New York, and the Broadway, off Broadway, the companies, the theater companies, Long Wharf, all that stuff. You rehearse a lot, and you don't redo things when you walk on stage, you finish the play, So this was a whole different way of working with the 4 cameras. moving around, and the audience. I never actually liked the live audience. Not that I dislike them. I didn't like the way it had to work because they come to see the actors. That's why they're there. They can watch it on TV anytime. So they want to see us, but they have to look around 4 cameras to see us as the show is playing out. And these camera guys are moving those cameras. So oftentimes they miss a joke or they laugh at an inappropriate time. So they step on a joke. So it's very difficult to work that way for me.
Let me touch on that. So did you ever in the 11 seasons like enjoy the audience like at all? Or like, and I don't mean them personally, obviously. I mean
No, some of the time when we really hit the button right,
Mhm,
and we got the really good, honest to God laughs.
mhm.
I like that. That was
Yeah.
fun because you don't get that. When I shot Modern Family, we didn't have an audience. We shot like a film.
Right.
So, well, I like that because I
Well,
mean,
that's
after a while, you don't need it. I mean, you don't need
yeah.
the pat on the back. You just do it, and then you
Mhm.
watch it later if you
Mhm.
want to. But I did enjoy that aspect of the show there. But I remember I would get so angry when they would rewrite, like between the first and second show, they would rewrite. Well, then I'm going, wait a minute, man, that's a whole different thing now. I don't know these lines. And then I would try to learn them, before the second show. And then you'd go out and start and you'd screw up.
Yeah.
And I would get angry
Mhm,
and I would show it. I mean, I wasn't like John Goodman who would tear the set down, he'd get so goddamn mad. I heard that he did that. I know John,
Oh
great
my
guy,
God.
but he would get furious. And I understood that. But my wife is the one that fixed that problem for me because we were driving home. She came to a show. I had gotten upset. She could see I was upset.
I think I remember that night.
And she said, "What are you doing? It's not, you're going to go up on lines when they rewrite." I said, "Yeah, that's true." He said, "Well, then just go with it. Just make fun of yourself or laugh about it." And because the audience doesn't want to see you upset.
No.
They like it when you laugh at yourself and be light and say, "Hey, I fucked it up. Let's do it again."
Yeah.
So once I got that,
Mhm.
then I was great. Then I mean, I'm not great. I mean, I was just happy.
Well,
And
I
worked
have to say, like, I actually, you kept your cool. Like, of those 11 seasons, I think there was only one time, and I think I may have shared it on the show before, that, like, you had these, you would have speeches, man. Like,
Yeah,
big speeches. I mean, a page and a half, sometimes two.
yeah,
I think there was one, and that you was actually spanned 2 pages and then a little bit on a third,
yeah,
right, with one of these monologues.
yeah,
And that's tough to do. When you're, like you said, when you're doing a play, you're rehearsing, you have so much time to drill those lines in. They're not going to change on you. They're going to stay the same. And so I can imagine, how frustrating, because when I had a few up, because they wrote a few where I would carry the episode, right?
yeah,
And those were, you remember, I would get, nervous because it was my show, so to speak. And
sure,
you want to be the best you can. You want them to write more. For me, I wanted them to write more
right,
episodes like that.
right.
And I would get frustrated as
I
well.
wanted them to write less for
I
me.
know you did. I know you I know you did. We'd be in the changing room and you could see me, my nerves working. And he
Yeah,
always say this. I never said this before on the show. He'd always say, "Be the boss, Dave. Be the boss."
yeah, yeah.
Like a true dad.
Yeah, be the
Well,
boss.
I mean, the idea that when they rewrite something that you've already rehearsed
Hmm.
on your own and you kind of know it, you get through it. And if it's a long passage of words, when they rewrite, I don't care if they change one line in the middle, it throws the whole thing off for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have in your head, you have like a clock or the rhythm of this thing that you want to get to, that it'll work better.
Mhm.
And when you can't get the rhythm because you're searching for a line, it can fuck with you.
Yeah.
You
And
have
then
to
you're
say,
in your
"It's not going to be perfect. I'm going
and
to
then you're in your head in front of
yes,
however many people were in the audience.
yeah,
So it's like you can't even you're getting more in your head. Then you have all these people, and that like it's that mind fuck, and it's
Yeah.
hard to. Yeah, I was gonna say the only one night I remember like you really even showing it at all when an audience was there. I remember it clearly, because I was sitting off near the audience, and it was one of those, you know, 2-page
Some days,
speeches.
man, it doesn't come to you.
It doesn't, and you couldn't get it, and we did, you know, maybe 3-4 takes, and you kept going up in the same
Yeah.
spot
Yeah.
about. And this was later on in the show, by the way. This is like ninth, 10th season. You know,
Yeah.
when the
When I
audience
wasn't happy with the writing,
we weren't happy with the
which is
writing.
nobody's fault, by the way, because you can't do 11 seasons
Yeah,
and in the ninth or 10th season and expect these writers to be doing great stuff. They're repeating themselves. It's, you know, they're trying to do the best they can.
mhm.
So
And
it's tough.
it was that, and also at that time, the audience had taken on a life of its own, and that's when the audience started to go, "Hey, wait, do we want these people here?" Because it wasn't about coming to watch and laughing; it was about coming to drink and fucking party and yell and and all that shit,
Well,
right?
we'd have the Marine Corps in there looking at Kelly, and then we'd have the, you know, the different people that would come in and be screaming. And I said they'd step on jokes.
Yeah,
And, you know,
yeah,
you'd want to kill them, you know, but
yeah, yeah. And then you went up on the same place, and somebody in the audience, some guy, you were clearly frustrated down there, and some guy yells, "Oh, it's okay, Al." And you looked at him. This is, by the way, when you're already a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You looked up at him. You go, "Yeah, you want to go a couple rounds, motherfucker?"
did I actually say that?
Just
Oh, my
briefly,
God.
not
But
loud.
that's the kind of thing you really want to avoid. I mean, for your own benefit, for your own good, you know, and that doesn't make you feel better.
No,
That makes you feel
actually gets you
worse.
more in your head.
Yeah, and then your head just shuts down. It's almost like a computer that somebody pulls the plug out of.
But David, the crowd liked when he mumbled that, right?
Oh yeah,
Maybe,
they went,
maybe that,
"Oh, yeah."
maybe that, you know, because they would, oh, Al, you know, Al will beat him up or something.
Ed, I have another question. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
No.
I'm gonna hog all the questions.
That's okay.
But I love that you never really broke character. And I know that
Rarely, only once. Dave will tell you when.
yeah, what was the moment? Do you remember?
I don't.
When's the only time I broke character by laughing?
Oh. You mean you mean within the show, Darren? But
Yeah, when
Yeah.
we were shooting, when we were taping.
we've talked about this, and you can still see it to this day. We talked
They,
about
they,
it.
they didn't see it in editing.
Yeah, it's
And I think they liked it though.
yeah, it's a great moment. We're talking about the classic Christmas episode, by the way. And I think that was the first season or second season. I don't know.
Yeah, first or second. When the Santa came through the trees and you could hear the branches breaking, and then he hits, you see the dummy come down in the backyard,
And we all turn around.
and we all turn around. Then we look back. We look back at the camera. I could not. I mean, I didn't really break, but I broke. Yeah.
There's a hair of a millisecond where you do what every actor never is supposed to do. You look at the camera to see if it's looking at you, just for a second. You know,
I know that was so funny though. I can be forgiven.
it's a great moment. And because
That
you know,
was-
I told people here it was on it was a 250-pound dummy, right?
Yeah.
Like heavy as shit, and they had it on those, like, was it a compressor, right? The hooks. And we would hear the hooks, and we knew it was coming because we'd hear that compressor.
Then you hear the trees, the branches breaking in the trees as the poor guy was coming through.
Yeah.
Uh,
Great moment.
Funny.
And then we had the line where we were eating pizza after the body was down, and they were trying to figure out how to get it out without the kids seeing the dead Santa, you know.
Mhm.
And so they finally started carrying him out on the stretcher, and his jingle bells were jingling, you know. And they had a tarp over him, and he was in a bag, right? And now
Mhm.
by then we got a pizza in, and we're
Yeah,
all
that's
around
right,
the
that's
table
right.
eating pizza, and the neighbors are sitting there and they can't believe we're eating pizza, and the Santa's dead. They're carrying the body out, and they said, and Marcy says, "You ghouls!"
Mhm.
And then the cop comes over. There's a cop there. I forget great actor, that guy.
Yeah, Mike
Mike
Mahoney or something like that.
Lafferty, something like that. It's Chicago guy.
Yeah.
And he said something. I said, "Oh no," Marcy said, "You ghouls," and I said, "What do you want us to do, Mars? Quit eating."
Dead body getting
I
carried
made me
out.
laugh.
Oh, it's so funny, man.
Quit eating, and then
And my brother, what you were talking about, the children outside. My brother Michael was one of the little kids.
yes, right, Mikey.
That was sitting on your lap, and it's
Yeah.
a great line because he says, something like he wants something for Christmas. He's asking, he's asking you what he want for, to bring him something specific, and you say something like, "Isn't your mom the one who bakes all those pies for everyone in the neighborhood except those nice Bundys?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "I have an idea." You say, bring Dad home sometime around when Mr. Mailman is visiting," and he goes, "But what do I get?" You say, "A brand new house and a fresh new mommy."
Yeah, but that was a different show, though.
Was it different
Yeah,
episode?
I didn't talk to the kids.
Oh,
Santa was, that was like when they were trick or treating and they were outside.
oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I'm thinking, how many?
we only did 265 shows, Dave.
Yeah.
That's
And I
it?
was the only one. I was in every episode.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's
But
crazy.
Dave, after a while, the Bundy character sort of developed away from the pilot, which was a lot more realistic, and we became kind of like cartoonish in a way, but it worked, some way, I thought.
Yeah, we noticed the first episode you had a thicker accent.
Yeah,
you
it was more of a
rougher.
Chicago sound.
Yeah.
And Dave, was growing up to that change, and then he started to mimic me, and so he sounded like my son, in that way. It worked great.
That was great, man. And I think it's probably your first sitcom as well. I guess.
Oh yeah, no, I had never done anything in New York. Like I was from New York.
I think it's crazy that you went from being a theater actor, like a serious actor, you played Lenny of Mice and Men, and then there you are. Like for some reason they casted you and saw you on stage and said, "You know what, this is our guy." How does that happen?
Well, that was a long story. And
that's great. I want to hear it.
I mean, I did Streetcar, and I mean, I did Cruising with Pacino, that movie Cruising.
Yeah.
Dogs of War with Walken and Berenger. And I mean, I consider myself a theater actor.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got out here, and then I signed with Brillstein, and they had all the stand-up guys, Carvey and Lovitz and, on and on, Belushi and all those guys. So I didn't think of myself as a comic. I wasn't. But any theater actor can do a comedy on stage.
Yeah.
So it's not science, I mean, it's just, you just do it.
But you went from that real serious, manly, the man of the house, and then you would be hysterical and like quirky and funny and break into that laugh, and then you go right back into it. Like that was the brilliant part of your acting that I loved.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to say. Just to go back to the audience real quick, did you find, because I think I've seen it while watching, episodes. I found, this is the one thing I want to say about the audience that I forgot. When they were there, did you ever find that you tried something in the moment because it just came to you that you never tried in rehearsal? Did that ever happen to you?
Well, yeah. I mean, but it's just tiny things, corrections sometimes, or if something fell off a desk, you'd pick it up and maybe make a comment or something like that. But pretty much it was scripted. Ron and Michael were pretty funny with what they wrote.
Well, I don't mean changing dialogue. I mean just like, for me, it was kind of like when you're,
that's just the way it works.
Right.
I mean, it would be like you might say something to me that I heard for the first time. The way you said it. And then my response would be according to how you,
that's right.
Whatever it was you said, I would try to match that to make sense of the response.
Yeah. And I think that's what I love most about the audience for me.
Yeah.
He brought this energy that just, rehearsal of a comedy like this can be brutal after you've done it 20, 30 times and no one's laughing anymore in rehearsal.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like beating a dead horse. Sometimes it can be tough.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well, so we have some old friends of yours here tonight. we should probably slowly like bring one in and see if
Yeah.
you can recognize
let's-
who
Sure.
it is.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
So we surprise you and
Name this person. Bring him in.
name the
Oh,
no
you
man
can see
guy.
it. You can see it.
Let's see
Hey,
if you know
Ed
this
Bell.
one. Come on in, Ed. Have
Ed
a seat on
Bell.
the couch.
How you doing, Ed?
You're muted. Let's
You're
get you.
muted.
to
Unmute.
Oh,
There you go.
there
I'm
Okay,
doing
now
good,
talk.
man. How you doing?
How
I'll put
you
on the
doing?
cheaters too. You're looking good.
You got a little thing happening there, huh?
Yeah, I've kind of bolted. I'm going to waste here.
Good. Looks. I got.
Once I got out of the game, I knew I didn't have to look like my headshot anymore. So I just
Oh, well,
went for it.
that's a relief.
It'll
I
come
was-
someday.
The other day about with the No Man guys up on the roof. Remember we used to go up on
Oh, that scene,
the,
man.
that was the funniest goddamn bits up on
That was a very tight scene.
Oh,
I
my
like that one a
God.
lot.
So good.
And
So good.
the chairs, they were raked on that roof. And I mean, it was ridiculous, but it was so funny. It was
That's
just
funny. Yeah.
really
yeah.
fun.
That moment when I think it's Griff, right? Harold Sylvester, he's the only one who hadn't fallen off the roof yet.
Yeah.
And you take a hammer and slam his toe. And he goes flying off the roof, and everybody just cracks up. It's like the funniest thing. You guys are laughing at him.
That was. I love the No Man guys. I thought that was a great, really. And for me especially, it was a break for me in the show because we'd end up in the garage. I'd have the gavel, and we'd have the meetings, and then everybody would be have a complaint or something, and it was always fun.
Yeah,
that's what they said when they cast the No Man guys. They said, we're trying to take the weight off of Ed.
Is that what they said?
That's what they said.
I felt that.
Wow.
But I think that Moye loved the No Man guys.
He did.
I
He
think
did.
I'm guessing that was his baby. But
I
I never,
believe it was.
I never went to the writer's room.
Hey, look at that. We're on the
There
roof.
we are.
On the roof.
Oh my God, there's the room. And to this day, I've never gone in a writer's room on any show I've ever been on. I stay out of the writer's room.
Yeah.
That separation of church and state. I don't pretend to be a writer, and I just don't go in there.
Because
Did you actually
you're an
ever
actor.
visit?
You're an actor, not a comic. A
Yeah,
comic
it's enough. It's enough to do just do that.
Yeah, get their words right.
Yeah, or direct. Jesus Christ,
Was there a favorite No Ma'am episode for you guys? Like Ed, you must have a favorite moment with the No Ma'am guys or Ed.
Well, there were so many. But I like the one where we were protesting something, and Marcy came storming in. I think though it was in the house, my house.
In the garage, when you built the garage.
Was it? Well, she started like barking at me like a little chicken, and she had the best lines. She had I'm saying she was making a lot of sense with her arguments about what we were doing wrong as these, macho, stupid, male chauvinist guys. And then my comebacks were always like the same one stupid sentence. Not even the sentence. I would say, yeah, well, you're a chicken. And then she would go and riff like a page and a half. And then I'd say, yeah, you're a chicken. And I would try to just emphasize it slightly different each time. And she lost it on that. That made her laugh because I had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it was
Which
great.
made it funnier, the argument. And I was desperate.
Yeah, she told us about how she got the chicken name, and she said it was because she had chicken legs in real life, and that's what the directors and the writers picked up on, and they wrote it in there.
It's so funny because, as everybody knows, towards the end of the run, she and I did not get along. And I thought I still to this day think it was so sad because the first couple of years we were great friends.
You guys were close. You go to lunch together.
And I don't know what happened there. I really don't. And it's water over the dam and all that now. But she was so good in the show.
Yeah,
I loved working with her because the fact that we really were, and so that's one thing we got. We will have that. And I liked working with everybody in the show. Garrison was great, and then when McGinley came in, he was great. At first, it was different with Ted, and poor Ted had come from 4 or 5 different shows, as a utility guy, saving their ass and coming in late, but then they started writing good for him, and he was funny. So
He really took on his own.
And we had Harold Sylvester, and
Harold here, by the way.
I haven't seen him on here yet.
Okay.
Well, we had Harold in the shoe store. Harold and I love working with Harold. He was funny as hell. It was a great show. I mean, it was really a great show. And Dave, you know yourself. Sometimes in rehearsal, I swear to God, well, you would know, Ed, but rehearsing, you could name 100 shows or 50. We would start laughing so hard we could hardly stand up. Remember that? And Moya and Levitt too.
When we do the run-throughs in the little rehearsal hall.
We do the run-through, and they'd be standing there, and sometimes they would just be dying laughing.
I don't think we've touched on this. I just wonder for the guys here that are listening, the audience, we would only be on the stage where we had the sets and everything for 2 days out of the week, Thursday and Friday.
Well, they needed it for other shows.
Right. So the first 3 days, and then eventually we did do that. Like way later, we'd be on.
Look who's here!
There he is. Richard.
Hey, recognize this guy?
I just saw him flip by like the ghost I am. Where is he? Oh, go ahead.
Hey, Richard. Welcome.
Hey, Richard.
Welcome back.
Yeah, nice to be here. Sorry I'm late.
Sorry.
But go ahead, David. What were you saying?
Well, I was just saying that, we were in this room, this blank room, this big room with nothing. There was tape on the floor to sort of mark where this piece of furniture might be or where this door
I
might
always thought was so ridiculous,
Weird.
You could never do anything with that stuff. They would, they do that in the theater a lot,
Uh-huh.
when you go on the set and they haven't built the set yet. They're building it when you're not. So they put lines on the floor of the theater in the theater, and you come in and they say, now this is the kitchen's here and this. So what,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll know the sink when it's there.
Yeah.
I'll know where the bed is when the bed's there.
Yeah. We basically just had the couch and we had a table for the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what we had.
The fridge, and
But some of my best memories of that whole run were in that little rehearsal hall, because we started there. It's the first time I walked in and met everyone. I was a little kid, and we stayed in that room for many years. And we'd have
what were you, 12?
almost 13.
Yeah.
But the thing is, without any props or without any hair or wardrobe, your characters had to carry the day. I mean, that's what we were there for. That's what we were watching, was your characters, not the refrigerator.
Well, that's true, Richard. Yeah. But the real truth of that is, of course, it's the script. It's in the writing.
Yeah.
Right.
What you're doing. There's really, that's what carries the thing. The writing.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question.
Once you get the writing and you like it, you just try to stay out of the way of it. Really, you just ride it.
Well, that's a humble way of.
Well, in a way, it's kind of true, because a lot of times people will, even if they don't say you're reading a play or you're reading something, and you're not even speaking out loud, you're just reading in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're not an actor. You'll enjoy the book as much as if you heard it said out loud by Laurence Olivier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it's written well,
yeah,
you're going to enjoy it.
Oh, and that's why it's so great to be in a position where you can pick things, because you get to pick things that are going to be a ride and fun and not easy, but you know what I mean? When it's on the page, it's just like, it's a joy,
It is.
I wanted to ask a quick question. I don't know how much I've come in late, but have you covered The Godfather?
No, actually, we need to get back into that. Let's do it. Let's start with.
I watched it again earlier.
I just have a quick question. One of the beauties, and it's also a downside of the sitcom form, is that your characters stay the same.
Yeah.
And your audience comes to see that sameness in the characters. That
Yeah.
can be a drag too, because it's the same old jokes. But the thing I was noticing in The Godfather, Ed, you were so deeply into the Godfather character, and then once in a while you'd slip into Al Bundy.
Oh.
You do the rock,
Well, Richard, I
the rock
actually think-
guitar,
I think
and the
that-
audience went wild. And I
Well-
just want to know what that was like going
Well,
shifting back and forth.
I think that was a stage direction from Ron and Michael.
Okay.
I think it was. I don't think I was.
I don't think
Swiffer.
so. I think we kind of happened in rehearsal and then
Did
they
it?
ran
Did
with
it?
it. You know,
Maybe it did.
Yeah,
I don't
it
remember
felt
what.
like something that would have happened on the stage, but the audience just loved it when
But
you shifted.
comedically, it worked great.
Oh my God, when you did the duck walk with the guitar in the middle of just
Oh,
being
yeah.
the
I thought of
Godfather.
that today. I thought I couldn't do that now.
Oh my God, that was
I'd
just
break my legs.
legs.
That was the Chuck Berry walk, right?
Yeah,
Everybody?
yeah.
well, you know, talking about that moment, like on social media, you know, when I, you know, talked about Ed coming and all the comments, one line became in so many comments, people talked about the one line, which was, you know, she says something and you say, small potatoes, Peg.
Oh, yeah.
And then she says, you go, no, pass me the small potato.
Yeah. And I
Great
love
moment.
the Godfather line, but never ask me about my business, Peg.
Oh,
I love that line. That
Yeah.
made me laugh. You know, the show was so much fun to do. It really was.
When you walked out upstairs, down the stairs, you walk just out from the bedroom and the hair was slicked back.
Yeah.
You knew shit was on.
well, before that, you
Start-
say something like, you hear you off stage, somebody,
Yeah.
they want to talk to you, you know,
Yeah.
they haven't revealed you yet. And you hear, I'll speak to you.
Ed,
That's when I said, oh man.
did you go back and watch The Godfather?
No, fuck no. No, I mean, I'd seen The Godfather, of
Right.
course.
No, I'm sure.
Brando, you know, Brando was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But I did a couple of those. I mean, I did James Bond on the show.
That's right.
You know, I did like sort of an imitation of Sean Connery.
Mhm.
You did a private detective. I
Yeah,
remember you were channeling there.
that was like a 101 detective, and then I did the Jimmy Swaggart. You know,
Yes.
I said, boy, you know, I have sinned. You know that one.
Mhm, mhm,
I used to
mhm.
watch Jimmy Swaggart. He used to make me laugh.
Reverend Al. Reverend Al.
Reverend
Church
Al.
of No Man. This
Reverend
may have been a bad memory for you, but it was an incredible memory for you. For some reason, that week, you had like boils on your tongue or
yeah.
lesions of some kind.
God.
It was some kind of I broke out on the tongue.
Yeah. And he had all of this dialogue to
Oh my
do.
God.
And only if now that you know that, next time you go back and listen to that, you can hear him slurring the S's a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Yes,
He just gutted it out, man.
Yeah, well,
I just sit back and went,
I wanted to get paid.
Yeah, but when Showtime came, those boils
Yeah.
went away, right?
Yeah. But I loved it. I mean, I said, you know, when I was doing Modern Family, that was a great show as well.
Yeah.
And the guys doing all the big heavy lifting were like, Eric, Ty Burrell, Julie, even Sophia sometimes. And I was the patriarch. So I got to just like let everything roll around me, you know, and I would
You
just,
had a cool ride on that.
and I loved it.
Cool ride.
Loved working like that because it's like you can underplay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my favorite type of acting.
Mm-hmm.
But on this show, I had to drive this.
Drive.
And I mean, but I enjoyed that too. You know, you
Yeah.
get to where you find what you're supposed to do, and then you just do it. You know, like I said, be the boss.
Be the boss.
And when you're driving the show, you got to be the boss.
That's
Whose
it.
idea was it to hand the money to the family every episode at the beginning? Whose idea was it?
That was not mine.
not
That had
yours?
to be Ron and Michael, right?
Ron and
Richard?
Michael, I
Probably
think.
Ron and Michael. Yeah.
I'm not even sure whose idea it was to put the hand
I
resting.
would
in
say
the-
Ron. Yeah.
I think it was Ron. I don't think it was
I
me.
think it maybe had been a relative of Michael's. I think Michael tells
Was
us
it? Yeah.
that it may have been
People ask me
relative.
that all the time, and I really
did.
couldn't remember. And I don't think
Yeah.
it was me.
But people relate to that because a lot of dudes, when they're alone, they put their hands down their pants while they're watching. It's just like a comfort
Well,
thing.
it's a resting spot. It's
Yeah.
not grabbing your nuts.
It's actually our top tier with members. We call it the elite sloucher. So there you go. That's where we get it from.
But once again, in The Godfather, you come down in that tuxedo and you sit down, and then you look around and you put your hand
Yeah.
down.
I love
it's
that
the back
moment.
and forth.
It's
That's
a wonderful
what it is.
juxtaposition
You know,
between
you know that.
that was
You're
brilliant.
going here and you're staying in. You're playing two characters
Yeah,
at the same
absolutely.
time. You know, neither one is you.
Right. No,
But
and the
it's
audience
but it's
wants
just
to-
a way of it's a fucked up. It's how actors have to think. You know, it's like split thinking. It's almost schizophrenic.
right.
But it's not, of course. But it is a kind of odd way of seeing the world.
Yeah, and then when you have a premise like Katie knocks her head, and she thinks she's someone else, you
Yeah.
got to get her back before the end of it, because
Yeah.
next week she's going to be Katie.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many good lines before the Godfather thing, when you're on hold with the thing, and I think you say, I pay taxes.
I'll never check.
I'll never know.
Some of my favorite scenes were, and it comes from my childhood watching my father, and it was when he would have to figure out the bills at the first of each month.
Still a nightmare.
And my mother would have overspent something. We didn't have any money, but he'd have all the bills laid out. And then he would start, who the hell did that? Who got it? Just drove him crazy. Finally, he had to stop doing it.
Well, the one of the ultimate examples of that is when you can't pay the phone bill and you're looking down through each call and you can identify who called this. You called your mother, or you called this, you called that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody had a call that was
Yeah.
too expensive.
And then he was calling like the sex line, or somebody was calling.
Yeah.
It might have been Peg. I forget who was doing it.
I think it was me. I think it was Bud.
So you might have been Bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, the Michael and Ron, and of course he had a great group of writers. You guys, producers, you guys did a great job. I mean, it was a real joy to do it.
Yeah, but as I mentioned on previous episodes, yeah, you guys totally respected the written word, and you loved it. You love what you got. But if there was stuff that you found, and that was funny. We were so happy to have it. We didn't care that it came from you in rehearsal.
Well,
It's funny. That's what we wanted.
One thing I did that I remember that made me laugh, and it was one word, and it was when the repairman was on his all fours in the kitchen, bent over underneath the fridge trying to. And he was a big, heavy set guy, and his jeans were down over his crack of his butt. And me and, the next door neighbor were watching him, and he turned around and asked me if he could use the bathroom. And he had a pained look on his face, like he really had to go, and it wasn't to piss. And my line was no. That was my line. So I looked at him, and again, this wasn't in a rehearsal. And he said, "Mr. Bundy, can I use your bathroom for a minute?" And I looked at him. I kept looking at him, and I went, "No." And I was just trying to put in all the stuff it would smell bad, and it would.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I wouldn't let him use it.
Of course, because he's just gonna destroy it.
It's kind of a mean thing to do, but it was funny,
So fun.
That's
Should
great.
we take a question or two?
I think it would be a great time to take a question.
Yeah.
Who's got a question? Is that okay with you guys? You guys up for it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to say one other thing that it wasn't a show line.
What's that?
The line that Ed O'Neill said at the 200th anniversary rap party
Okay.
after the drinks and food.
I remember the party.
He got up, and first thing he said was, "I don't know about you guys, but I ate like I was going to the chair." I've used
Ed would
that
say that.
line. I've used that line at weddings.
I did not make that line up either. I heard it from, I think it was J.J. Johnson said that.
Oh, gotcha.
It was a Chicago thing.
Yeah, I remember you'd say that just
He
while we
will
were
eat
hanging
like
out.
he's going to the chair. That was
JJ, how is he still around? Is he still with us, JJ?
JJ, no. He
Nah.
died like a year ago.
He was fucking great, man.
Yeah, he was amazing. You know, he went just for a second. He was out here and he started just fading away. You know, he was married, he was with a woman, a Filipino woman, and she couldn't handle him because he was falling. She couldn't pick him up. So she finally called he had 2 sons in Chicago, and they came and got him and took him back to Chicago. That's where he was from, south side of Chicago. So I was calling him like once a week. He was only there for like 4 weeks before he died. And I called him the last time I talked to him. And I said, hey, he said, his son's Michael said, yeah, he's here. He's on the couch. You know, he's moaning and bitching. He hasn't eaten anything. You know, he hasn't eaten anything in like 2 days. He's just drinking water. I said, oh, well, does he want to talk? He said, yeah, well, hang on, lame, it's coming. You know, he's reaching for the phone. Here, you know. So he gets on the phone. Hey, kid, how you doing? I said, good. I hear you're not eating anything. He said, yeah, I'm on a hunger strike. I said, a hunger strike? What are you protesting? He said, life. I'm going the wrong way, baby. I said, oh man. I said, well, listen, how you feeling? He said, good. Don't worry about it. They're taking care of me, you know. All right, well, I'll call you. You know, we talked a lot. I said, I'll call you in a day or two. He said, no, Eddie, don't call.
Oh man,
It's okay, man. We had a great run. I love you, kid.
Yeah.
Everything's great. That was it.
wow. He was, by the way, people who don't know, he did like a few episodes. He played.
Oh yeah, he did like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
in one he got like enraged mad about something. I don't remember what it was, but
He said something about whether they asked him what he did for a living. He said, I steal. He's the thief.
No bend.
He was a character.
Yeah.
anyway,
JJ.
who we got here? We got
Charlie back. Charlie is one of
Charlie.
our diehard. Well, he's a diehard Married with Children
Hi,
fan.
Charlie.
And come
Hey,
on
Ed,
in.
how are you?
What are we wearing today, Charlie?
Well, Ed's on, so I've got the Polk 33
Oh, yeah.
jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But David, I've got something for you too. This I dragged my feet a little bit, so this came in late from the last Zoom. I
okay.
don't know if you can see that. We've got a Grandmaster B T-shirt.
Ooh, well done, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's got a boom box, and then in graffiti it says Grandmaster B.
I might have to have you mail that to me, bro.
Oh, we can definitely take care of that.
Thanks for coming back. We appreciate you being a part of the community and your posts and everything. So thanks for coming. What do you got for us?
Oh, appreciate you having me. Yeah, diehard fan. As you know, usually, I see some things in these episodes, and I think they're Easter eggs, from the writers, and then it comes to find out, it's just come out of nowhere. Something I noticed in this show is everybody who's been a fan of Ed, we all know that he had his theater background. I guess when Married with Children came calling, he had just finished a theater run playing Lenny in of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
The actor who played the alderman in this show was Lane Davies. And when I looked up his history, he's a big theater actor, and he also was in Of Mice and Men. He played
Yeah,
Slim.
but not our production.
Not your production. No.
But yeah, no, he's a theater guy though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. A question I've got for you. All of us diehard fans will please say God no is your answer. Through 260 episodes, is there anything about your character that you wish you would have done differently in presenting Al?
No. I couldn't possibly imagine doing anything other than what I did. That's an interesting question though, because I never even thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for some reason, I never questioned what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed natural,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I
that's
just
a
wanted to
big part of what you brought was the things that Ron and Michael went through their head you embodied them. So it was just a natural exchange. It was,
Yeah, the guy. I mean, the way I looked at Bundy was that he had a self-deprecating sense of humor, and he was resigned to his fate after high school, but he was going to soldier through, and he expected the worst, and he usually got it, but he just didn't really bother him too much, he got used to it.
It reminds me of a meme that people they post this meme. It's from the show, and you're on the couch. I don't see anyone next to you, and you put this gun next to your head and fall down. It's hilarious.
Well, the thing that people have to remember, and apropos of your question, is that once you are that character and people love that character, you don't want to change. It's why they show up every week. It's why they turn it on every week. I mean, you want variations of it, and you want to go out of it and come back into it, but it's what got you there, so you're going to keep doing it.
Well, the thing I always think of too about the show that really had nothing to do with me or the cast was that Ron and Michael's creation of these characters was so smart.
Yeah.
Because Bundy was not political.
Right.
He was not racist.
No.
He was just that guy that was going through on the wrong end of things, and it was I mean, I can't tell you how many black people would come up to me and love the show.
Oh, it was huge.
And I would tell the ones that I had time to talk to, I'd say, it was created, half of it was created by a black guy. And they didn't know that.
No, they never know.
No, and it was so very subtle. So, and just the idea too, Richard, and this, like in the shoe store when I would get mad and insult and a lot of times overweight women. And but of course it could never be that I started the fight.
Right.
It would be I was getting picked on by the woman.
Right.
And I wasn't enjoying it. It was like the self-defense, sort of.
We have a phrase for that in the writing room. It's punching up, not punching down.
Exactly.
You're punching back up at somebody who has punched at you, as opposed to just taking someone and knocking them down. Which you as outrageous as you were, you never did that, except maybe doing.
It's like one time I think they wanted me to take some change out of the register and go get a Coke or a hot dog or something. And Ron said, no, that can never happen, because that's a benefit. You can't have a benefit at work. It's all going to be bad.
And the people that identify with you wouldn't like
they
that.
Don't want me
if
to
you were cheating on as miserable as you were, if you were cheating on the boss, that's a line that that's not funny.
Yeah, and the fact that I wanted to have, relationships with beautiful women, but I never did. Because I would never let myself go. It was, first of all, it probably wasn't going to work, which I think the common guy understood very well.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he just didn't, it wasn't in his DNA.
Well, except that Vanna White came back for you, and she was kind of hot.
Yeah. But it was more frightening than
Before I forget, I want to add. Okay, and Richard, you probably already know this, but I want to ask Ed. He made too. Did you recognize the guy at the end of this episode, The Godfather, that comes in at the end and is Kelly's boyfriend?
No, I didn't.
No, I don't think I did.
It was Angel.
Oh my God! Yes, Angel. You're right. I kept thinking, who is that?
Oh, geez.
What's the backstory, David? You got the
backstory. He's just.
And it was her boyfriend who we didn't like.
Yeah, we didn't like him.
And he wasn't, and I think we proved to be correct.
But he was a real life boyfriend
on screen.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't. That's in her book. That's in her book, by the way. So.
I always remember what you remembered about him most is he'd carry that staff around. Remember he had that staff?
He moved around with a staff.
He did. He really did.
Like St. Patrick or someone.
Oh, that was her boyfriend.
He was a con artist. He was a con man.
Wow.
At the end of the day, he was a con.
Yeah, I ran him off the lot. I had a little chat with him out in the parking lot.
The Godfather had a chat with him. I love it.
I don't want to see you here anymore.
You made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
Charlie, thank you for the question. We're going to get another guest on. Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks,
sir.
Charlie.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right,
Appreciate
who
it.
else we got?
That was her boyfriend in real life?
Yeah,
Yeah. He was
She
not a
had-
good.
we had a few of them.
She could have done better. Just saying. Adam, welcome back to the show. Let's
Hello.
unmute you. How are you?
Hi,
Doing
Adam.
well. Ed, very nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this. This is an honor. This is truly an honor.
Pleasure.
I don't know if you knew about this, but so I went to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, and they named their TV studio after you, actually. Yeah. And I always looked, I'm like, I know there's no connection to it, but it was the Ed O'Neill TV studio.
Oh, it was after my actual name.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's. I wonder if somebody knew me or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the reason why I went to UMass, but it definitely helped me decide to go. Lots of questions. I love the episode you chose. What I love about specific episodes are the ones where you and Peg scheme together, because it's like the only times you guys ever get along.
Yeah.
And it's fun because you're like, oh, that's how they're married. It's like you
Yeah.
see that. And it was
That's why they're
and
together. Yeah.
usually they're teasing Bud during those episodes, I find.
Right.
Was one show we did, and it was that we got in an argument, and we weren't speaking. And then at the end of the show, I was out in the car. We had kind of made up, I think. And I was putting I had taken the radio out of my car and I was putting it in her car.
It was an anniversary show.
It was the anniversary present. I'm giving
Yeah.
her
Yeah, I think so.
a used radio, but I'm putting it in the car. And then she came out and she saw that, and she was touched by it. And the song came on the radio, War.
What is it good
The
for?
group War. Ooh, absolutely not. Say it again. We started slow dancing to War.
Ah,
And in the dark of the driveway, and then she looked at me and said, "Oh, wow." Oh, and she apologized to me because it was the only argument we ever had in 260 shows that was her fault.
Yeah.
The only one. So she said, "Want to go upstairs?" And I said, "No, Peg, because after all, I wasn't wrong here," which was a great line.
he was a con man. At the end of the day, he was a con.
Yeah, I ran him off the lot. I had a little chat with him out in the parking lot.
The Godfather had a chat with him. I love it.
I don't want to see you here anymore.
You made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
Charlie, thank you for the question. We're going to get another guest on. Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks,
sir.
Charlie.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right,
Appreciate
who
it.
else we got?
That was her boyfriend in real life?
Yeah,
Yeah. He was
she
not a
had,
good.
we had a few of them.
She could have done better. Just saying. Adam, welcome back to the show. Let's unmute you. How are you?
Hi,
Doing
Adam.
well. Ed, very nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this. This is an honor. This is truly an honor.
Pleasure.
I don't know if you knew about this, but so I went to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, and they named their TV studio after you, actually. Yeah. And I always looked, I'm like, I know there's no connection to it, but it was the Ed O'Neill TV studio.
Oh, it was after my actual name.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's. I wonder if somebody knew me or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the reason why I went to UMass, but it definitely helped me decide to go. Lots of questions. I love the episode you chose. What I love about specific episodes are the ones where you and Peg scheme together, because it's like the only times you guys ever get along.
Yeah.
And it's fun because you're like, oh, that's how they're married. It's like you
Yeah.
see that. And it was
That's why they're together. Yeah.
usually they're teasing Bud during those episodes, I find.
Right.
There was one show we did, and it was that we got in an argument, and we weren't speaking. And then at the end of the show, I was out in the car. We had kind of made up, I think. And I was putting I had taken the radio out of my car and I was putting it in her car.
It was an anniversary show.
It was the anniversary present. I'm giving
Yeah.
her
Yeah, I think so.
a used radio, but I'm putting it in the car. And then she came out and she saw that, and she was touched by it. And the song came on the radio, War.
What is it good
The
for?
group, War. You know, ooh, absolutely nothing. Say it again. We started slow dancing to War. And in the dark of the driveway, and she said, then she looked at me and said, "Oh wow." Oh, and she apologized to me because it was the only argument we ever had in 260 shows that was her fault.
Yeah.
One. So she said, "Want to go upstairs?" And I said, "No, Peg, because after all, I wasn't wrong here." Which was a great line.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did
I
someone
got
say
a pass because I wasn't wrong.
when that song came on? Did someone say that's our song? I seem to
Yes.
remember that.
Yeah,
War. That's our
I-
song.
one of us said
That's our song.
it's our song, War.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times growing up my parents had it remind me, this is a bit of a parody show. This is not how people always talk to each other. You can't repeat the lines to your friends or your teachers.
You know
just
what
can't
I
do
get?
that.
I get all the years since we've done it, and I've talked to so many people about it. And a lot of times I'll get people that say, you know, you remind me of my Uncle John, or you remind me of my brother, or you remind me, but it was never, ever me. They never said, you remind me of me. They never,
They wouldn't admit
nobody
it.
ever come to it. And they would say, are you like him? And I said, exactly like him.
But Ed, didn't you model this after a real life uncle of yours?
Yeah.
Of yours? Yeah.
Yeah, who was a brilliant political, he was a judge, and he was brilliant, and he was a real character.
What was his name again? It was
Joe O'Neill.
Oh, Joe O'Neill.
Yeah, he was the 7th Court District Appeal Court Judge of Ohio.
Uncle Joe.
He was one of the most brilliant legal minds in the world, and he was a real character. He was hilariously funny.
That's great.
In fact, I did Hollywood Squares one time when I first came to out here from New York. I did Hollywood Squares. Now, you know, Don Rickles and all, you know, all those guys were on that show in those days. Who was the stand-up comic, the woman that's husband named Fang? Phyllis
Diller.
So Phyllis Diller, Don Rickles, who else? I mean, it was all these guys, Charles Nelson Riley, and, you know,
Right.
great. And at lunchtime, everybody, any show I ever worked on, even afterwards, you go to your trailer, you know, or you go to your dressing room and you have lunch. I didn't know these people. And because I just come from New York, but they had a community table. And because they were all stand-up comics, they all sat together. And Tim Conway, and they would tell funny stories. So I joined them naturally. I sat, I couldn't believe it, you know, my luck. And they're telling stories. And Phyllis Diller asked me where I was from. And I said, I'm from originally Youngstown, Ohio. And she said, I was there once. I was there at St. Patrick's Day, some ancient order of Iberian thing they had. And she said, your last name is what? I said, O'Neill. She said, this O'Neill introduced me that afternoon. He introduced me to the audience. I did about 20 minutes. And I said, his name was Joe O'Neill. She said, yeah, I think that's the same one. I said, probably was. And she said, well, I didn't want to follow the son of a bitch. He was the funniest pro I have ever heard in my life. And I said, no, he was. He was funnier than a lot of pros.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Adam, thank you for your question. It's great having you back again.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, brother.
See,
I
Adam,
just want to,
Bye.
before we bring anyone else, I want to force. We have a woman who's gets up at like 3 a.m. I think
In Germany.
in Germany. She doesn't like to speak much, but I'm going to put her on the spot and just let her say hello. Get in here, Kristen.
Let me try to find her.
Kristen's an amazing super fan.
You got to unmute.
Here we go.
I'll say this while she's unmuting. She wrote a 3-part post on our blog on the site, you know. And
hi, Kristen.
Hi, good morning. Good
Deep
morning
Blue.
from Berlin.
They're on.
her 3-part post, I'll leave it at this, was about her journey to go see us at the reunion at the Wiltern. She left her family, came out all on her own. She'd
Damn.
never been to LA before.
We should have had her backstage.
Wow, we didn't know. We didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know her until that we created this site.
Well,
But
next
yeah.
Did
So
they-
what time is it? What time is it there?
family. Wasn't
Sorry?
the show in German called That Terrible Family?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You know, it's funny because when I one time I flew to Munich, I was on my way to, I did this 10-hour miniseries called The 10th Kingdom. I was
Mhm.
Seoul.
Yeah.
And I had landed in Munich, and I had a driver going to take me down to Heilstadt or something down there, you know,
Mhm.
in the Austrian Alps. And there were some German students at the airport, and they recognized me.
Yeah,
And
sure.
they came running over, and they were saying, you know, Herr Bundy, Herr Bundy. And they were, and one of them spoke English, and then they were talking, and then I was talking to them, and then I heard the one guy, they had this puzzled look, and they said, but this is not the voice.
Yeah.
It's not the voice. Because they had,
That's right. Yeah.
they had
yeah.
my
So,
number in
I
German.
wrote something down in the club. I made a new post, and it's about the dubbing they did in
Well, they said,
Germany.
it's not funny.
It's
Wait, funny?
yeah, it's
Well, there-
different, and I think they are more rude, louder. They are louder than
I
the
thought
original.
Funny though. I did. I thought
Yeah.
that was very funny.
I had that experience. I went to Germany for some, I don't remember what it was, some publicity thing, and they were excited they'd see you, but
Yeah.
when we started talking, it was just they didn't care about what you had to say because you don't sound like the guy. They're listening.
No, that was interesting.
Yeah.
A German
so-
fan wrote me one time and asked me, "Do you sound the same in English as you do in German?" And I said, "Probably not. How do I sound in German?" He says, "It sounds like you're always underwater." Don't know what that means.
Well, I'm just here. You know this answer, Kristen. Was the dub in German? Was it Southern German or was it from the north? You know, there's two accents in Germany, right? There's the
Yeah, or there
which
are
is
more.
sophisticated than the where they have the steins of beer and everything, the Oktoberfest. That's like
Yeah,
Normally-
Bavaria.
the
Where
Bavarian.
is it more sophisticated, in the north?
It's up north. Up north, I know this guy who's very snobbish about
Like here.
accent. He'll say they sound like dogs barking.
No, I don't know.
No.
Did you want to ask a quick question before we?
You know, at this time it's really challenging for me to talk English, and I prepared something. I wanna read something.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So I spend a lot of time about everything I want to say to you.
You know, you could read this in German. My German is perfect.
Yeah, for sure. So there are so many thoughts about you and my journey with married with children. But I know time is limited, and there are many other wonderful people who want to talk to you. So I want to keep it short. Thank you for your work and bringing that role to life the way you did. And maybe for many people, you will always be Al Bundy without seeing the person behind the face. But believe me, you didn't just give your face to a role. You did something greater. You, the whole cast, and all the writers through the show made and still make our lives a little bit lighter, funnier. Not to take things too seriously. Kind of like saying, keep going no matter what. And most of all, the Bundys are more real than any other TV family. We as long-term fans know that best. Somehow, over the last 30 years, we finally became them. And finally, for me, for the 30-year-old in me, the fact that I'm talking to you right now and that I can tell you my thoughts, it's definitely a proof that dreams can come true.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Well said. Thank you.
I dropped
have-
my iPad if I clap.
happened?
So it's the sound of
wait.
one hand clapping.
Yeah.
That's
You have, and wait, you have, and you always will have a very special place in my heart. So thank you for coming tonight. And David, Darren, and Brian, thank you again, because without you, this would never have happened.
Sure.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I
Thank
forced you. I'm so glad I forced you to come into the room.
Yeah.
was
Finally,
beautiful.
finally,
your
I'm there
husband
too.
is your husband sleeping in the other room right now?
I think he sleeps now because today definitely I woke him up.
Where
Because
do you live in Germany?
in Berlin.
In Berlin.
Yeah.
That's a very sophisticated town, isn't it? Or used to be. And yeah, it's a very interesting place, right?
It is, yeah.
Berlin. And that's in the north, right?
Yeah, it's more in the north.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank
Well, that was beautiful. Thank
That
you.
was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Did you wake up for this, or did you just stay up late for this? Because it's 3 a.m.
I set an alarm clock. I had to. I had two today, and I set the clock from my mobile phone too. And that was ringing in the living room, and I was in the bathroom, so my husband definitely woke up.
So you're on the night shift.
Yeah. But I know it. I worked in the hotels a long time, and I know how it is.
Yes.
Well, that was beautiful.
Well, that
I think
was
We love
really
you, Kristen. We
That-
love that you're a part of this community. You're a
Yeah,
huge
thank
part
That
of
was
you.
very
it.
nice.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank
So
you.
Sweetest thing.
I want to respect Ed's time here just because I told you an hour. We're
What
not
are we
on
doing
an hour
here?
and 10. He froze. What happened?
So did we freeze here?
We can
You
hear
froze
you.
you froze with a very pleasant look on your face. There,
You
Lance.
did. A very happy look. I was just about to say, I told you an hour. I told you an hour. We're at about an hour and 10. There you are.
Well,
Yeah.
you're welcome to stay or go, but I mean, it's up to you, but no pressure.
You guys froze for a second there, huh?
Yeah, we're back.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, fine now.
No, I was just gonna say I told you an hour. We're at about an hour and 10. We stay on for a while. We all bullshit, but you can stay or go. It's totally fine. You put in your time, or you can take one more question and we.
Yeah,
can-
I'll take another question.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's do this. All right, who's got one? We got one already. Here we go. We got Wild Child 333. Come on in. What you
Hey.
got?
How you doing?
How's it going, man?
Good.
This is so awesome right now. I can't believe this.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in Pennsylvania,
Where?
near Scranton.
Near Scranton?
Right near Scranton, Carbondale.
Yeah, I'm from Youngstown.
Oh, nice.
Originally, well, that's Ohio, but it's right across the line there.
Close.
Yeah.
Good. I just wanted to say that this is just an amazing moment for me. I've been wanting to meet you forever. So, now we have something in common actually. I studied martial arts for 6 years.
You did?
Yeah, I studied with Dan Inosanto for a little while.
Oh, I know Dan.
Yeah,
I know
he's my
Dan.
best friend, yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen him for a long time,
He
but I.
just turned 90. He just turned 90 the other day.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a good run so
Yeah,
far.
Dan was an expert in all kinds of different the sticks and
Yeah. Yep. 23 different styles, I believe it is. Yeah.
really nice guy.
Yeah. Great guy. So,
Is that what you were doing with him? That stuff, the nunchucks?
Yeah. Yep. The Cali sticks, everything. Yep. Did all that.
Does he also study jujitsu? Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
I've always wanted to. There's I studied a couple different styles, and what do you call it? One of them was all close range stuff. It's called Shukukai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's five different. It's like 5 different styles mixed. It's all the close range stuff, and it had a little jiu-jitsu in it. But I always wanted to do it.
It's all good. It's all good. You know it.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that you were drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, I was a free agent with the Steelers.
Yeah.
in 69, Chuck Noll's first year.
Oh, nice, nice.
Well, I was a rookie with Joe Green and Elsie
wow.
Greenwood and all those guys.
All right.
Crazy.
You had some tough competition there. I heard that.
Yeah, a
Joe
little
Green.
tough.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Huh?
Now,
Yeah.
this leads me to my question. Who is your favorite guest star on Married with Children?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've never had no one ever asked me that, and I don't think I answer. We had so many guest stars.
Yeah.
So many.
Tough question. It really is.
Terrific.
We heard a lot
guest
about
stars.
Sam Kinison. I think that would have been a funny guest.
Well, Sam was a problem as well as a wonderful experience. You know,
Right.
Sam, hilariously funny. We loved him. In fact, I still have the gift Sam gave me. Do you have yours?
The black was it a blackjack, wasn't
I
it?
gave it blackjacks.
Oh my God.
You know, stuff, police blackjacks. And I'll never forget the last day that we worked. You know, Sam had a bodyguard. And the bodyguard pulled me off to the side. They were going to Spago. He was throwing a party there for everybody. The bodyguard said, "Hey, Ed, do you ever use bodyguards?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, you ought to. You know, people, it could be dangerous. You go by yourself around Hollywood and things." I said, "I don't go out much." And he said, "Well, if you ever want a bodyguard, hire me." I said, "Well, you work for Sam." He said, "I'm trying to get away from Sam."
That's a tough job. That would be a tough job.
Yeah.
Sam
Ed,
was,
you were a black belt, right?
yeah.
Impressive.
It took me 16 years to get it with the Gracie family.
Wow.
Nice.
I've said this before on this show. I have to say this again while you're here. You know, in the heyday of our fame, right, when everybody knew the show, you couldn't walk out the door, really. You just couldn't, because you had involved in the drive and the will to drive from our set down to fucking Torrance and wrestle with guys who knew you were
And
Al
get my
Bundy,
ass kicked.
you know. Get your ass kicked and that's a vulnerable and courageous thing to do. I give you
liked
hats
it.
off.
I thought it was a good. It's a humbling thing, and it was fun. It was a fascinating discipline especially with the Gracies.
Yeah, oh, awesome.
I think it was big for your
Yeah,
general.
it was. It was.
Confident.
I really love doing it.
Great, Wild Child. Thank you. Back.
Let's at least get. Go ahead.
So, Jackie, the first in the Bundy Club.
Yeah, member number 1.
Yeah, she's friends with my wife.
Ah,
And,
I'm
yeah,
looking at her expression in the panel.
her sister, my wife.
I don't know. Your mic. Hey, next time you come on, change that mic.
What
Okay.
did he didn't catch?
We're on this. First person to join, his name's Jack. His wife is friends with her wife. Thank you for that brilliant question.
Amazing
Oh,
reputation.
oh, there's she is,
Hi.
number 1.
Hello.
Jackie.
I was actually really nervous to talk to you because I think you're a legend, and Al Bundy's my favorite character. Sorry, David, but it's Al.
Don't blame me.
So when I was 12 and started watching the show, I started putting my hand down my pants like as a joke, which became a force of habit. And now to this day, I still
That's
do
genius.
it. And people always call me Al Bundy. And then I'll even like lay with my boyfriend and put my hand down his pants sometimes.
Oh,
Wow.
So, like it's
Lucky
like
him.
not in that way, but anyway. So my favorite. This is so nerve wracking for me because I'm the biggest Married with Children fan for real, and my favorite episode is the Go With Him
Oh
when
my!
he,
I
that
love
is the most hilarious thing ever.
that song that nobody could.
Go with him, and then
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking to
Mhm.
God like you couldn't
know-
even give me this.
I'll tell you something before you. I want to hear the whole thing. It was
Yeah.
when we first started rehearsing that show. I didn't know what that song was. I mean, I didn't know what it was. I mean, I couldn't figure out what it was. They didn't tell us right away what that song was.
Oh, okay.
And so we were all trying to guess it, you know, just like on the show.
That's so
I
cool.
couldn't guess it. And finally they told us what it was, the Go With Him. And that was a guy named Arthur Alexander who recorded that song. And he recorded another song either before or after that song that was one of my favorite songs. And it was You Better Move On was the name of the song that the guys. So he had 2 hits.
Yeah.
One was You Better Move On and the other was Go With Him.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Oh,
When you're
great.
talking to God, that is so funny. You're God, you couldn't even give me this. I can watch that over and over.
Well, you know, there was a thing you talk about how we make stuff up, Richard, on the fly, which you have to do.
Of course.
We were shooting the show, and I had the radio on waiting for them to replay the song. It was one of 250 they were playing that night, right?
Oh, funny.
So I knew it wasn't going to come on.
Right.
And now I'm talking to somebody, you know, on the set, in the show. We're doing the thing. And all of a sudden it came on. And I realized they were playing it. Al did.
Yeah.
And I
know it very well.
did this crazy James Brown dance.
Yeah.
Go With Him, and I was doing that, you know, like the James Brown. And then it stopped. And it was over. I lost it. They didn't, and then I was waiting for them to say the name of the song, but they didn't say it.
Yeah.
It was a genius show.
It was great. I have people say that. I have people come up to. That's a very famous episode. As a matter of fact, my DJ instructor that I work with a lot, Rhett Maddox, shout out him. He's a genius DJ. But I'll come in and he'll always go, him.
Him, yes, that's how it goes.
It was Anna. Remember Anna?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Anna.
Anna.
Yeah.
That was a great song. That guy was good. And the other one, you can Google You Better Move On.
Okay.
It's a threat to a guy that's interested in his girlfriend.
And that's why he's saying Go With
You better
Him.
move on. It's a cool song.
I'll look
That's
that up
great.
after this for sure.
But thank you for the years of laughs, and I still watch it all the time, and this has been the most fun. Bundy Club, the people here are awesome. It's just great. But thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming.
We love having you as a member. You're great. Thank you.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Number 1. Love it.
Well, what do you think,
They just
Ed?
disappear. They're gone.
It's just gone.
Just like that. They're out.
Hey, you remember Norman Jablonski?
Oh, yeah.
Did I say it right? Do you
Now,
remember that
Norman
character?
Jablonski.
So this guy's okay. So let me just set this up. So this member, his username he chose. Do you recognize
Oh,
the
here.
name?
Norman Jablonski.
Do you remember what Jablonski was from?
It sounds familiar, but no, it's not real.
The Kinnison episode. The Christmas Kinnison episode.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
He goes back to show you, it's the opposite of It's a Wonderful Life. He
Right.
takes you back. Everybody's life is tremendous,
Right.
and that's, I believe, so Jefferson is sort of the father of me and Kelly.
That's right.
Everything's perfect, and I love you. We do that whole bit, and then at the end of it, he says, "Let's do a Whoa Jablonski." Whoa Jablonski. And
Jablonski. So that was the name.
They cut to you, and you go,
Jablonski.
"Yeah."
I didn't remember that.
Oh, I love
Now
that
I
bit.
remember it now. Yeah.
So when he came on with that username, I said, "Oh my God, we got to talk to this guy," because that's I love that moment. And when people online ask me on social media, can I write? They'll say, "Can I get a Whoa Bundy?" I almost always reply, "Whoa Jablonski."
Yeah, it has a better ring to it.
It's great. It's hilarious.
Yeah. No,
Great
Ed,
name.
thank you for coming on. This is, unbelievable, really. So thank you for taking the time to speak to all of us. You mentioned you had so many guest stars that were athletes, and I mean top tier.
Oh, we had them all.
Athletes,
We had all the
yeah.
great athletes. Bo Jackson, we had them all.
And Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean,
Sugar
incredible.
Ray, I think he knocked me out. And then,
He did.
yeah, we had.
Lawrence Taylor.
We also had the light heavyweight champ too, Jones.
Oh, Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
And Joe Namath.
Namath, yeah. Bench, yeah.
Johnny Bench.
Yeah.
Saberhagen.
Oh, Saberhagen, yeah. Any particular athlete that was just fantastic to work with that you remember, or you had so much fun working with that you
know who I
recall?
enjoyed a lot, and it wasn't because of what he did on the show, but it was the Snake, Stabler.
Stabler, yeah.
He was on the show.
Yeah.
He was a real character, man. He was an Alabama boy, and he
was. Yeah.
Great. I used
Yeah,
to
no
watch him play. I used to love how he played.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He was real cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He was one of a kind.
So was Namath, but
yeah.
I just liked
I like Stabler. You had a chance to be out on the field with him, right?
That's
It
right.
wasn't
Right.
in the bar or something.
And then we had LT.
Yeah. And Bubba Smith, who I think was in twice.
We had Bubba twice. The first
first great episode.
The first time he was Spare Tire Dixon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have a great memory.
That he almost killed me in that the first rehearsal. I had to try to cross the goal line on him, and he was grabbing me. And we told him, now this is not, you gotta be careful and just, hug him like you like him.
Yeah.
It was like getting grabbed by what I can imagine a grizzly bear would feel like. And so I went to our director, Jerry Cohen, and I said, this is not going to work, because Bubba was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
He was, everything was charged up on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we have to do it in slow motion. He said, well, we can't slow it down. We have to slow it down in post. I said, no, we're going to act in slow motion. That's never going to work. And I said, it'll work because my fucking life depends on it. It'll make it work. And we did that. If you watch it again, that's acted slow motion.
And it's funny. It's funny.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Just an accident.
Yeah.
But Bubba was a good guy. Bubba was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was.
6'7", 315.
Oh, he's huge. Huge guy. Yeah.
Man.
Another quick question. When you would take Kelly's boyfriends off the couch and then throw them against a wall and all that, which was always a great gag and a great sight gag. But were there ever any of those actors where you were really, hey, you're taking it a little too far. You're going to pay for this,
No.
No, really? Okay.
No, those guys, they really sold that stunt.
Yeah.
You really had to have the guy. He kicked the bottom of the door when you thought his head was hitting it. It was a great stunt.
Yeah.
I just made sure I didn't ram his actual head into the door. That was all I had to do. And they were all good guys. It was all,
Do you remember that great episode where you had you come down and you think it's Kelly with a guy, and it's dark, and you grab me.
Yeah.
Slam me against the wall. You throw me out, and you hear the doorbell ring.
Did the same thing.
You hear the doorbell ring. You go, "Oh, I love it when they come back for more."
And then I said, well, "What are you doing here?"
You know, Ed, it's a testament to your acting and these guys acting that Norman would ask the question, was there ever one that you really wanted to smash into the door?
The one I really enjoyed.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
We went to the theater that night, and Kelly, we were sitting kind of up front. Remember, I went in the wrong theater, and I was yelling.
Right.
They had those duplex
Hooters.
Yeah. We finally got back with the family, and then Kelly saw in the back, off to the side, her boyfriend with another girl.
Yeah.
And she tried to be very sophisticated and play it off for a while. And then finally she just said, I can't take it anymore. And she went up and talked to him, and he kind of blew her off. And she came back and sat down next to me and said, beat him up, Daddy. And I said, of course. And I got up and went up the aisle. And it was just so funny. I was walking kind of fast, but not running. And I was watching him. But as soon as I saw him see me, I sped up, So I wanted to get him before he got out of the chair.
You were so determined.
Yeah, and he started out of the chair, and I pinned him in the chair, and I hit him about 25 times. And of course, I never hit him.
Yeah.
It was a funny effect.
That was
Oh
great.
yeah.
It was so brutal.
Yeah, it was
I went
brutal.
down and she said, "Thank you, Daddy."
Great moment.
People
So-
love that stuff,
Yeah. Oh, they loved it.
Or like
They
when
loved
we got in the fight on the freeway because this guy insulted us and we jumped out. Got in a big fight
Labor
on the
Day.
freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Labor. I think it was Labor Day weekend or something like
Yeah,
that.
and we never moved. We went like, you
3
know,
day traffic jam.
yeah, Peggy went Howard and cleaned up and came back, and we had only moved like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
That was
but,
my good friend Rainbow Board and my best friend to this day. One of my greatest friends. I'm the kid I'm beating up. You know.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was
Oh,
right.
in the car next to you.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Kitty
Yeah.
Rourke, who was the script supervisor. That was her son. Yeah.
Yeah, we used all those guys that hung around the show for.
Well, it's so funny that the whole family gets to beat up another.
Yes, Katie was, and Christina was yanking somebody's hair, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
people love that episode.
Yeah. Ed, I want to thank you again. I will say that I saw the Jugs have left the building the last season. I was in the studio audience for both dress and actual
Oh, wow.
taping.
Oh wow.
One of the funniest 3 hours of my life. And
Oh, that's great.
I'll credit, all you guys with that. It was just absolutely hilarious and a night I'll never forget. So thank you
Oh
very
man, that's awesome. So you came to
Yeah.
the dress rehearsal, waited for dinner
Oh, yeah.
notes, and then came back.
Yeah.
Wow.
I made sure I was in line for dress, got in, and then we said, okay, everybody get out. I said, I'm turning right around. And I got in for the actual tape. I was at both. And
Amazing.
I saw the little differences, which were great.
Yeah. So the notes take place. Yeah.
Yeah. And just unbelievable night, as a fan. Just absolutely hilarious. So
what was the show?
Tammy Wynette was the guest star.
Oh, Tammy, yes.
Yeah. And you were a pod jug, I think.
She was great. I
Was
love
she?
talking. And she was married to George Jones, for twice. And she told some funny stories about George Jones.
Really?
Yeah. What was his nickname? Not the Mongoose.
Awesome.
The Possum. Well, he could sing though, couldn't he? He's probably the greatest country singer of all time. And so was she.
Really?
She may have been the greatest female country singer if you want to put them in categories. But she was great.
Yeah.
That's cool,
Tammy-
man. I'm so glad you had that experience. I love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Never forget it. But thank you, Ed. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks. We'll see you on,
You're
see
welcome.
you on the
Okay.
chat.
Thanks,
Ed,
Ed.
how you feeling?
One more.
One more.
Okay.
All right. Who's going to be the lucky caller? Oh, there he is. This was our first caller that got muted earlier. So welcome back. Here's
Hi,
a big
William.
opportunity.
Thank
Oh,
you.
great.
Ed, this is a real treat for everybody here and definitely a bucket list moment for me. So thanks for doing this.
You're welcome.
There's two things, quick things. One, you coming down with slicked hair, it's a shout out to the hair and makeup team because Al Bundy has a certain type of hair. When you come down with the slicked hair in the episode, you look like Ed O'Neill almost. It's like a different character.
Yes. You mean as the Godfather?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was
Uh,
That's how Brando did his hair too. I
right.
slicked it back. That's when I
And
had.
then you mentioned something earlier. I had a whole list of stuff I was going to ask you, but I'll make it real quick. You mentioned John Lovitz earlier, and I was going to throw out a fact where when I was 18, you were in the Please Watch the John Lovitz special.
Yes.
And I taped it on. I was 18. I put on my VHS, taped it, and was waiting for you to come on, and you only had 2 words. Do you remember what it is?
No, I don't.
It was your line was, well, what?
Well, what?
Well, love is
That was
driving
it.
me
For
crazy.
like an hour special, I was watching for Ed O'Neill, and we got, well, what?
Well, what?
Yeah.
Lovitz is a funny guy.
Oh, he's fucking.
I think
Yeah.
he had Phil Hartman on that show too, right?
Wow.
That was a pilot.
Uh,
That was a pilot, right?
yeah, there was one episode, and there's a bunch of guest stars. And when you mentioned earlier about John Lovitz, and I had this question about it, I was wondering, did you had a relationship with him or did work with him?
With who?
John Lovitz?
Yes, I know John very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
John,
John's a great guy.
We were all in Alaska together. We took a Gulfstream up with our managers, Bernie Brillstein and these guys, and Bob Iger from Disney. And we went up to King Salmon, and then we took those I forget what they call these planes. They fly you in. They're like
pond skippers.
Yeah. And we flew like 100 miles into the Katmai, and we were fishing for trout, catch and release, because the salmon were up there, right? And the grizzlies were up there. And I said, man, we get up in the morning and there'd be these grizzlies coming down the river, and they're trying to bulk up for the long winter. And I remember saying, these guides don't seem to have any weapons. And they said, no, they don't. These bears are locked on that salmon. They don't mess with this. You stay out of the way. And I said, what happens if they don't? I mean, I'm sure that's happened. Of course it has, and my manager said, all we have to do is run faster than John Lovitz. Lovitz was standing there,
He's so funny. He's so funny.
I was a quick side story. I was just with him recently. We flew to Montana for
Lovitz?
Yes.
Yeah.
They flew a few of us out to Montana, Yellowstone, to hang out with these insanely rich people to come out and just hang out for the day. I flew in that morning. I flew out that night. So Lovitz was on the flight with me on the way out. We were both in first class. We get there. I see him at the airport, and he comes up to me and goes, I'm going to need your first class ticket, sir. And I said, well, they got me in coach on the way back. He said, I go, oh man, that sucks. He was really bummed out about it. He's pissed off.
Oh no, he would be. Yeah.
Yeah. So then they, in the beginning, where they call people like handicapped people who need, help getting on. And he's just talking to me normally, and without even missing a beat, he said, the people who need help, and he put on a limp that was like the worst kind of limp you get, when somebody has a broken hip and you're rolling, and he walked all the way to the fucking plane that way.
He's shameless.
They didn't even say anything. He went right in.
Oh my God.
It was the greatest limp I've ever seen. It was so realistic.
He's something else, man. He's funny.
He really is.
Well, Ed, thank you so much. I'll hop off if somebody else can get in quick, but I just wanted to let you know I'm a huge fan. I saw Dutch twice in the movie theater, so big fan.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you, guys.
How many more people do you have back there?
We have, we could actually, it's 10 to 8. We could wrap it up all together, really. We're here. So why don't we take one more and then we'll wrap the show.
Do one more and then wrap it up.
We'll wrap the whole show.
All right, so we got Lasbird.
Lasbird.
He used to be invisible like you back in the first episode of ours.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to change my name. My name's Adam Lazarus. I watched your show growing up like as a family show. The episode we actually talk about The Godfather, when Peg goes, I'm having my first real orgasm, I actually remember asking my mom and dad, what's an orgasm?
Oh, boy. And you were watching the show.
Yeah. Looking back, I can't believe they let me. Dave may have mentioned, but I have done the Al Bundy pose all over the world. I posted pictures of me doing it in Tiananmen Square, China, at the Roman Colosseum, in London, like where you did it initially.
Can we see it? Can you do it for me?
I can do it, but
there you go.
He's posted a bunch of those pictures. It's true. He's in all of these,
I've been doing it since I'm like a teenager. I can't remember the initial reason why. Maybe somebody said just do manly poses, and that was what I thought of.
Yeah.
You doing your pose. And I've been doing it ever since on any trip I take around the world. I also call my daughter Pumpkin, which she's not the biggest fan of.
That moment where she says, I watched it last night, so it's in my head. She says, it's my first real orgasm. And you look at her like, you start to walk, you almost look at her crotch for a second. You're just like, what is happening? It's a great moment, man.
Yeah. I did one with her when I I wanted to talk to her about something, and she said, "Daddy, I'm menstruating." She said,
Ovulating.
"Yeah, I'm ovulating." I said, "Walk it off."
You go, next time, stretch before you ovulate.
Yeah.
Ovulate, you say.
Yeah. I used to mispronounce Mercedes. I call him a Mercedes. And I remember our producer said, Ed, they actually thought I didn't know, They said, it's really pronounced Mercedes. I said, I know. Al, my father used to call it Mercedes.
So I really just have two questions. I quote you still to this day, like life is good, but not for me. Single greatest day in history, then your mother, the end. I say that to my daughter. She's 8. She'll get it when she's older. So my two questions are, what is your all-time favorite line that you did speak? And how did you come up with the Al Bundy pose? The origin story.
I don't remember how I came up with that pose. I don't at all remember how that happened. Maybe I don't remember anybody telling me to do it, but I don't remember.
I don't think it was ever scripted.
I know when you were in the London episode, which I take pictures of McDonald's in foreign countries because you said, look at McDonald's, Peg, get the camera out. But you do the Al Bundy pose while you're in London for the 3 episodes.
Man, didn't we have fun in London? Ooh.
Yeah. That was fun. We did 2 shows there, right?
Three.
Three.
Remember, we were huge. The funny thing about it is we were huge stars back in the States. Everybody knew the show. And, we went out there and who are these fucking people? Like, they were grossed out by us a little bit.
I don't even think they liked us.
No.
But that
the hotel didn't like us.
Though. It made it funnier to me.
Yeah.
And I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a favorite line. I had so many good lines, so many funny lines. It may have been, David. What?
Oh, I was just thinking about. It just popped into my. There's a scene. I guess you're holding a, like a lemonade thing. Is it just shoot me 10 cents or something like that? What was it? I can't remember.
I was selling. Yeah, I was selling something at a gas station, right, or something.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. There were so many good, funny things. And usually something that was really bad parenting, but very funny way, Yeah.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about, the Q-tip thing. Remember that? I think
that was funny. I love that line.
You need a Q-tip? That was funny.
And I like the one where I said, you wouldn't bowl for my team. We needed a substitute. We just needed a body. Didn't have to be good or anything, but he just had to show up. If they didn't, then if I didn't have enough guys, we were going to forfeit. And he wouldn't do it. And I said, I'm really disappointed in you. And you said, well, Dad, I just don't want to. I don't want to do that. And I said, you remember the time that you tried out for Little League and you got cut, came home crying. And I said it was okay. As long as you tried hard, you're my son, I'm proud of you. Remember that? David went, yeah, Dad, I do. I said, well, I lied. I was ashamed of you then and remain so till this day.
Oh, that was a great one.
So funny.
Ed, such a dream. Thank you so much. Always wanted to speak with you. Thank you, David, for making this possible.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Darren and Brian. Got the dream team here.
Yes.
I can't believe we did it, Ed. We had you the whole show. This is amazing.
Right.
I think we should end it on this note. Matt, Ed, thank you. And everybody who joined, Richard, Ed, all the people who came in. Thank you, Darren, for helping, and Brian back there, the genius. This was the show. We did it. We had Ed O'Neill on. I'm super grateful. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you hung out. Great storytelling. I knew it would be. and I hope the fans, you know, enjoyed it. We'll record this, so we'll get you the link so you can, you know, check it out.
And you're welcome back anytime. We'll give you a membership.
Yes.
Please check it out.
Thank you. No, that free membership.
That was fun.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to do it again.
All right, everybody. That's the show. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you in 2 weeks back here again for another watch party. We're gonna choose the episode. We'll let everybody know. We'll choose the guest. We'll let you know who that is, and we're looking forward to seeing you all again. So thanks a lot. Whoa Bundy. Whoa Jablonski.
Whoa Jablonski.
Hey, everybody.
See you guys.
Great hanging with you.
Now, how do we stop this motherfucker?
Yeah.
He's gone.